Most cats have 9 lives, but it looks like Selina Kyle has 1. Hey everyone, this is Digital Charcuterie. My name is James. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you're new to the channel and you like the Batman, the Penguin, and looking forward to the Batman Part 2, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be talking about it with you guys until October 1st, 2027, when the movie finally hits theaters, and I can't wait. And it's going to be a long wait till then, and a lot of talking and a lot of rumors and a lot of casting announcements will be coming in a few months. We'll probably be hearing more and more about people who have been cast, people who are not cast, and people who are returning and not returning, and things like that. And of course, the Penguin, anything from the Penguin going to make its way into the Batman Part 2. Colin Farrell, what will his role be in the Batman Part 2, if any? He says that he hasn't read the script, but then sometimes we hear that he's heard about all three of them and what the ultimate plan is going to be. Today, I want to talk about Selina Kyle, aka Catwoman, played by Zoe Kravitz. And this is a character who, in my opinion, I thought this was a very interesting role for Catwoman in the Batman. I like the way they utilized the character. They used her in it. They used her with the Batman, the way they worked with each other, their romance with each other, their subtle romance, and of course where things ended off with this character. If you haven't seen the Batman, spoilers, go watch it. I'll see you in 3 hours. But look, I like where she ended up, and she obviously goes to Bloodhaven and drives off into the sunset with Batman on his cycle as well at the end of the movie. So that leads you to say, okay, where would she fit in a Batman Part 2? And this has been something that's been racking my brain for a while, is how do you bring her back, and why do you bring her back? Is there a reason to bring her back? The Penguin series, obviously, and if you haven't seen Penguin, pause it, go watch it, see you in 8 hours, that whole thing. But look, because I'm going to talk about it. But at the end of that, obviously, in Arkham Asylum, Sofia Gigante, maybe still Falcone, we don't know if they forced her back, who knows? She got a letter from her half-sister, Selina Kyle, and she has a little grin on her face. Okay, what is going on there? What is at play here with Sofia and Selina? Now, so all that, I'm like, oh man, I can't wait. Is this going to play out in the Batman 2? Are we going to see these two? But now, of course, as things happen around this time of the year, I guess Jeff Snyder, the Snyder, who we've been talking about a lot on this channel. And look, always take everything with a giant grain of salt. I know your opinions of Jeff Snyder, but this is coming from him in the Hot Mic podcast. And it's not directly from him. This is something he heard from his colleagues, that apparently on a press tour, Zoe Kravitz PR has told reporters not to discuss or ask questions regarding the Batman Part 2, as Zoe Kravitz is not in the Batman Part 2 and has not seen the script for the Batman Part 2. So this seems pretty finite that she will not be in it, if this is, of course, accurate. If there's a chance that, this is not accurate whatsoever. There's also a chance that she is in it and she hasn't seen the script, or she's in it and she's just not allowed to talk about it because they're so early on in the process that there is nothing to discuss. That being said, like I said, Colin Farrell has made several comments about the Batman Part 2 even before the script came in. We've seen Commissioner Gordon Jeffrey Wright discuss, he hasn't read the script, but he knows he's in it, and he knows this is, he knows he's heard things and like that. And of course, these characters are not Selina Kyle. These are characters that need to be in Batman movies. Catwoman doesn't necessarily need to be in a Batman movie. And all that being said, I like continuity. I like it when characters exist in one and they keep coming in and they weave in and out of these things. Like Lethal Weapon is a great example. Back to the Future is a great example. The Batman movies, for the most part, are not. Even the Dark Knight trilogy, what's her name? Katie Holmes does not return to play Rachel in the Dark Knight. So even though it's the same character, different actress and all that stuff. So I like continuity. I love that the Scarecrow though keeps appearing in that one, and Liam Neeson obviously coming back in the Dark Knight Rises. I love continuity. I love seeing that this is one world and the characters exist in that world. So it's a little disappointing that Selina Kyle would not be in the Batman Part 2 if these rumors are indeed true. That being said, this also feels like a character that would not necessarily need to be in a sequel. This feels like a character that would be in the first one and the third one. Like I mentioned, Liam Neeson, obviously the role in the third one is very different to how Selina Kyle would be, but she would go away for a while and then return in the third one to kind of wrap it up, to complete the story, the book and the story. I'm a fan of the Scream movies. Scream movies, it always comes back to family, and Selina Kyle and Batman, they're kind of like that family now. They're the family unit of this franchise, so it all comes back. That being said, all coming back to family, I really think we're getting something deeper with. I'll go into that another one, but I think the third Batman movie is going to reveal a lot about Bruce Wayne's family, which we're already getting tidbits of in these movies, and the third one's really going to bring that one home. But again, I could see this one skipping over Selina Kyle. And how do you do that? You like then you have to have someone who comes in and kind of is in Bruce Wayne's world and affects Bruce Wayne's world the way Selina Kyle did, or not the exact same way, but a similar way. Someone will have to fill that void. Who and what that is, we could go down the list. It leaves the room for open for someone like, say, the new rumored or old rumored Robin. Robin would make a lot of sense, but does Robin fill that same void? I think Sofia Falcone is the one that would really get in there. Now she got that letter from Selina Kyle, and ultimately you think, okay, they're going to interact. They're going to have scenes together in the Batman 2 or something down the line. They have a connection. Yeah, they have a connection, but that doesn't mean that one has to be involved with the other. Selina might be gone. She might be gone for a very long time. And Sofia now knows what she knows, got that note, has information within that, and can now use that information to wreak havoc in any way she sees form. She's been duped into it and taken down by Penguin. She has a vendetta there, and Batman might be the bigger vendetta because of what's going on behind the scenes. Bruce Wayne could be a vendetta. We don't quite know what that letter said. There are speculations, obviously, as to what it pertained, but we don't know the ins and outs of it yet. And so speculation is speculation, and it's a lot of fun. But so she could come in and fill the void in some capacity. She could be the one that says, this is my family, this is my heritage. So that's somebody there. But Robin is another one that comes in. He's good because I think this is why I actually think Robin works in this universe. I think Batman relies on people. It's about empathy and emotion. And Batman, this version of Bruce Wayne, is dealing with all of that. And Bruce Wayne is so brooding now. I think we're going to start to see him overcome the brooding or come out of the brooding, outgrow the brooding, if you will. He's going to become a little bit more traditional Bruce Wayne that we know. I think he'll still have, the emo aesthetic around him. He'll still kind of be down in the dumps, but he needs someone like a Robin to come in and to really stronghold him and say, hey, get out of this funk you're in and look after me. And I think the dynamic with Robin is great for a sequel also, because Catwoman, as much as that she was a great partner for Batman in the Batman, if you want to call her a partner, she's obviously on like the darker side of vigilante, right? She's on the other side of it. Her intentions aren't necessarily good, even though they weren't really, she wasn't that bad, but her motives aren't great. Whereas Robin, on the other hand, Robin should be a little bit cleaner cut. He should be a up and coming, promising young man who means good, who wants to do good, who wants to protect Gotham at all costs. And that to me makes a lot of sense in filling the void of Catwoman. Then they could do their little shtick together and run around Gotham there. So I think, the thing is, the more characters you bring in, either, you shrink their screen time or you remove them. And right now it's looking like they've removed Catwoman from it. We'll see if that's the case or not. But as of right now, there's no Catwoman in the Batman 2. At least no Zoe Kravitz Catwoman in the Batman Part 2. Get my words straight on there. But we'll see what happens. Pieces are starting to drop. Things are starting to happen. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you okay with this? Do you wish she was back in it? Do you want to see more Selina Kyle? Do you want to see more Catwoman? And what are your hopes for the Batman Part 2? Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. Hit the like button, subscribe button. And until next time, may be the master of your own universe.